Hello, my sweet summer children. I'm back with the juice to get you through the long night. And the long night is almost over. So I'm trying to be a good YouTuber. I swear I am, y'all, but Game of Thrones keeps dropping teasers and photos left and right. Like, they didn't drop anything for 2 years, and now they want to drop everything in 1 week. Yesterday, I put out my breakdowns of the other photos and the other 2 teasers they dropped back to back, and today, we got hit over the head with another teaser or trailer, the aftermath, and hella new photos. So let's not waste no time. Our daily video spin down is on. The long night is almost over. Let's talk about the aftermath first. So the first thing I want to say right off the bat is that I do not think that this is the actual footage from season 8. I think this is very similar to the Long Walk promo of season 7, the Crypts of Winterfell promo of season 8, the Hall of Faces teaser from season 6. It's not actual Game of Thrones season 8 footage. I could be wrong. It could be actual footage, but I just don't think that it is. I don't think they would give away how a battle is going to end before the battle even starts. I don't think seeing these things in the snow means that these people are going to die. I think it's misdirection, something specifically shot for promotional purposes. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's real. But I think this promo is supposed to be like, hey, don't feel safe about any of the characters that you love because some are gonna die. But I do think there are some Easter eggs and clues. But before I get into that, and because I do want to analyze that, but before I do, let me know in the comments if you think the aftermath is the real aftermath or not the real aftermath. So I have a pretty good idea of what they are trying to convey with this teaser. The teaser opens up with the Stark direwolf banner flapping in the snow and the howling wind in the background. We see Winterfell looking like a ghost town. There wouldn't be any bodies in Winterfell because anyone that dies in the Battle of Winterfell will become a white. But there aren't even any whites around, and we clearly see the Night King trying to enter Winterfell, so there should be like some whites or something. But anyway, I don't see that. I don't see any of the dragon glass contraptions that we see pre-battle when the Unsullied were about to march. So maybe they're just covered in snow. Maybe the snow has just covered them. But their absence really makes me think this is not actual season 8 footage, but it's actually footage shot specifically for a teaser. The next shot is of dragonglass arrowheads. Dragonglass arrowheads are a weapon of the Children of the Forest. That is what they used in the cave beyond the wall. You could see one try to shoot a White Walker with a dragonglass arrow. It didn't work. There is another shot of Winterfell that looks like shit has been knocked over and ran through. I still don't see any of those dragonglass contraptions though. And then it pans to a shot of a direwolf. This is the most interesting shot to me because the direwolf is actually the entrance of the Crypts of Winterfell. The Crypts of Winterfell has 2 direwolf statues at the entrance. It's also really interesting to me because you all know that I believe that everyone will have to retreat into the Crypts of Winterfell to wait out the White Walkers and escape through hidden tunnels in Winterfell.
I won't make it 10 feet past the Winterfell gates.
There are ways. Hidden passageways built so the Lords of Winterfell could escape.
And I also think that the Winterfell crypts are warded with magic, which is why I think one of the first teasers was in the Crypts of Winterfell. We see some more shots that are very reminiscent of how Daenerys saw the Red Keep and the throne room when she visits the House of the Undying in season 2. Then we see a hand of the Queen pin in the snow, which I guess is supposed to represent Tyrion. The next scene, the roof is collapsed, which also looks like the House of the Undying Daenerys thing, which could mean that Viserys burned the roof down. I burned the roof off the place. But then none of the wood looks scorched or anything, so it just looks out of place. Maybe the roof is just collapsed from snow. Anyway, we see Needle standing straight up in the snow, and I guess this is supposed to represent Arya. Of course, Needle would represent Arya. What am I talking about? But anyway, this one kind of piqued my interest. Now, I'm going to tell you why. Because this one does make me think maybe this is the actual aftermath, because in the trailer, when we see Arya, she doesn't have needle. She has the cat's paw blade and a piece of dragon glass, but there's no needle in sight. So this could actually be the aftermath, or maybe Arya just happens to lose needle while fighting. I mean, needle, she wouldn't really need needle because needle isn't Valyrian steel. Cat's paw, Valyrian steel. Cat's paw kills White Walkers, so does that dragon glass dagger. So maybe that's why she has them and not needle. Then if you zoom in, you can see a Stark shield on the ground. The battlements are covered in snow, but Winterfell is still standing. It doesn't look burned to the ground. It does it doesn't really look that messed up. It looks like just things are just thrown around. There is also that feather, Lyanna's feather, that appeared in the Crypts of Winterfell trailer that blows away. See, that feather really makes me think that this is something that was shot for promotional purposes, because the Crypts of Winterfell thing was just shot for promotional purposes. So that feather also appeared in the Crypts of Winterfell teaser thing. So if it appear in here too, that makes me think this is just some shooting for promotion. Also, there is a lot of wood still intact, so it doesn't look like Winterfell is burned by dragonfire or burned by fire, which you would think would happen if the Night King is about to fuck Winterfell up and the Night King has a dragon that breathes blue fire. Also, it looks like Bran's wheelchair is broken at the bottom of the steps. It cuts to it like he fell from the battlements and busted up his chair. But if Bran is outside during this battle, he's not going to be on the battlements of Winterfell in a wheelchair. He will be in the Godswood, or if he's not in the Godswood, he will be in the crypts. Bran is stronger by the weirwoods, and Bran's third eye was actually opened in the crypts of Winterfell. I actually think the roots of the weirwood extend down into the crypts of Winterfell, and the crypts of Winterfell are guarded by magic. Then we see Jaime's golden hand in the snow and Daenerys' chain broken on a wagon wheel. Then there is a picture of Longclaw in the snow, and Longclaw is bloody as hell. So basically, what I think is they want us to believe that Arya, Tyrion, Jon, Daenerys, Bran, and Jaime are dead. They're all dead. And this is kind of funny because Jaime is the only one that I think is in danger of dying out of all of them that they hinted at Winterfell. And the other 5, interestingly enough, Arya, Tyrion, Jon, Daenerys, and Bran are the original 5 from George R.R. Martin's original outline that leaked years ago. And the final shot is the Night King at the entrance to Winterfell. So to keep it 100, I do not believe this is season 8 footage or actual shots from season 8. I think this was a promotional shoot that was made specifically for promotion, similar to the Crypts of Winterfell teaser. If it was the real aftermath, there should be mud. I know, you're probably like, mud. But when they talked about filming the Battle of Winterfell, they talked about being in mud that's ankle deep. There's the absence of mud, and also there are no dragon glass spiky things that we see all in the trailer, which we know is actual season 8 footage. There's also a ton of wood that would all be burned if Winterfell was torched by Viserion. With that said, I don't think it's meaningless. I don't think this promotional shoot is meaningless. I think it sends a big message, and a message that I think I've been saying for a while, and all roads lead to the crypts of Winterfell. Now, let's talk about these photos. So these photos seem to showcase Jon and Daenerys being in love. At the end of the day, I know she's his auntie, but they are in love, and their love for one another will be a thing that complicates things moving forward. In this photo, I think they are looking up at Winterfell from off in the distance, like where Arya was in season 7 when she finally made it back home. Now, there are some more shots in the Winterfell library, and I think something crazy is going to go down in this room because all of these shots seem to look like a shocked Daenerys, and in this one, it looks like Jorah is pissed too. One of his fists is balled around his sword, like clenched around his sword hilt, and the other fist is balled up like he wants to swing on somebody. Sansa is also up in the library in her armor, looking like Cersei. Sansa looks amazing though. I like it. Also, this photo of Daenerys being pissed and looking angry, there are 2 people standing in front of her in the Great Hall of Winterfell. I think one of them is Jaime Lannister. And I think Daenerys is learning of Cersei's betrayal. And I think this is where Jaime gives his speech about fighting for the living, Actually, there seems to be a lot going down in the Great Hall at Winterfell. Lord Royce is there. Lyanna Mormont is there. Then there's this photo of Varys, and he's in a carriage because, I don't know, I guess he can't walk or ride a horse. He looks cold but clean, so this is likely the arrival to Winterfell. This is likely Varys coming to Winterfell, because if he was, like, fleeing from Winterfell, he would be dirty and stuff because war. There are a few more photos of the arrival to Winterfell, one with Missandei, Sansa looking on. The last two photos are one of Qyburn, creepy Dr. Frankenstein, standing next to the throne. I think the Golden Company is likely awaiting Cersei's attendance in the throne room, and Qyburn announces her, Cersei of the House Lannister, first of her name, protector of the Andals, and all of those titles. And then Cersei comes all in like, hey, it's me, good Queen Cersei, and takes her seat on the Iron Throne. But what do you think of all of this juice that's been dropping left and right? Let me know in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching. Thanks to everyone that supports me on Patreon. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please click that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and join the Sweet Summer family. Okay, my sweet summer children, have a good day.